most experienced winners of this game. He's been around for ages. Again, he was also one of the first regular speedrunners I watched, when I first started using Twitch, one of the first few people I followed. So, yeah, I've been a big fan for a long time. He has a very, very successful record in randomizers specifically. He's one of the very few people who can hold down over a 50% win rate. And when I say 50%, that might not seem too impressive, but we're not talking about 1 versus 1 races. We're talking about a lot of races with 10 to 20 or even more people in them, and he's held down better than a 66% win rate. Janus is kind of a question mark for me. Just looking at his race history, looks like he has some experience with Zelda 1 and Zelda 3 randomizers. I think he's participating in both tournaments, but not too much experience outside of that, and hasn't been playing for too long.
So far for Janus, we've seen him compete in some of the tourney races, and he's done pretty well, though, I have to say. So this is no neck in the park for ACM. He's just going to have to play like his usual self, and I think he should be doing fine, though. But it should be a fun race to watch anyways.
Oh, definitely. Right now, this is one of the groups that has only 4 players instead of 5. Right now, ACM has a single win, and Janus has a single loss. So the results of this group are still up in the air. Actually, it looks like a really close loss. Less than 20 seconds in his race against Cruel.
And I think both players are trying to search for bombs here, as you can tell, Scotch.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's what most players will do in Escape. Kill. They won't go too far out of the way to kill enemies, at least not early, but maybe a little later they'll try to push the prize packs to their limits to see if they can get a bomb out of them. Looks like they've stocked up a little on resources, but not in the items. 50 rupees and 10 arrows.
And they just found the burrito, which is the common name we call the maps in randomizers here.
I've heard a few funny names for them. Maps, the toilet paper, I think I've heard.
Of course, ACM opts for the quicker strats.
Oh yeah. We should expect to see very proficient execution from him. He's probably, I think he does have the best PB in a regular NMG speedrun of anybody in the tournament. I think that's still the case. Just a little bit ahead of Andy. He's also pretty well known for being a safe player. He has a lot of unique strategies that he uses in order to not take any risks. Which again, that makes him a very dangerous opponent because he's not going to be taking any risks that could lose him a lot of time. He's just going to be very solid in his gameplay and his decision making.
Now it's interesting to see that both players have yet to find a progression item. So I'm wondering in chat right now, is guessing, what do you think is going to be the first progression item that both players will find?
Well, what would be the most unusual one? Like, what would lead to the strangest early game, do you think?
I always like a good fetch quest, though, Scotch. I have to say.
Oh yeah. Maybe we'll get a shovel leads to mushroom leads to something.
Oh like my goodness. Something like that would definitely be fun.
Janus has found a bomb, but ACM hasn't yet. Shouldn't take him long anyway, because they're still looking at the same prize packs.
Now, just for fun facts, you know those rattlesnakes? Their names is actually officially rope. It's just kind of odd that they call them rope for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, snakes and ropes have some comparable features, but it is a strange name for a monster. Still no bombs, and he's not really going out his way to kill enemies. He might be neglecting to even check these chests. I think he's not even worrying about it.
Well, looks like he's just opting to leave escape. Yeah.
Well, we'll see if Janus finds anything important. Maybe this will be a regrettable decision for ACM. He'll be able to get back there later, but it will be a little bit out of the way, probably, depending on the timing that it happens. Boomerang. That's an okay item. It's nice to have something that you can use in combat other than just your sword.
And now we'll see what Janus will get from the 3 chests in escape here. Oh,
something important.
Oh, most definitely. I generally liked having that item early, especially with Fire Sword around.
Yeah, that's a good weapon. That doesn't actually open up too many locations early, so unless ACM somehow forgets it, I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem for him. It's not like if it were, say, the boots or the flute early. That'll be a big deal. ACM neglected to check the lumberjack item. Doesn't feel that intel is valuable enough to go out of the way to find it.
With that many rupees, he's gonna probably have the option of buying bombs if he doesn't find any here.
Yeah, we'll see if he tries to open a couple chests to see if he'll get them first. No, it's gonna go south side first. Pick up the bombs and sort of do this town backwards from south to north instead of north to south. Meanwhile, Janus is gonna go check the lumberjack item, I do believe. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see if this is maybe some more intel that ACM will wish he had. Well,
oh, wow.
Potentially useful. No way to know as of yet. Excellent chicken clip. Oh, it didn't come all the way through. Never mind. Looked good, but didn't. Pick up the bottle when you're near the sick kid's house. That's a convenient place for it. I guess I'll have to double back because I'll probably check the library and the race game as well.
And let's see what he gets from the well over here.
A little money, more bombs, so maybe he's regretting purchasing them. Nothing too exciting.
Yep, and now he's going to head over to Blind's house here. We get our first virtual high five when they sync together here.
So Janus without bombs, he is kind of taking a risk here, hoping that he'll find some in one of these 4 chests that can be accessed without a bomb. The opposite of what ACM chose to do. Oh, another bottle. Oh, and bombs.
There you go. Now he gets bombs.
I think that second bottle had a fairy in it. So they'll have a blue potion and a fairy coming out of Kakariko Town. A lot of comfort there.
Yep.
And a lot of rupees now, too.
With 500, we might see some fake flippering here if players know how to do that. Because they do have plenty of rupees for Zora.
Yeah, if they don't find any other items that help them get around. Oh, there's the cape. And we know the lumberjack item might be necessary. This could lead to some interesting decision making.
Now let's see what's in the library today. Oh!
Let's hold the flippers.
I was saying, fake flippering might be a thing.
Yeah, for sure. He still does need a little more rupees.
Yep.
But there's a few more locations you can check to either find rupees or a different progression item. The flippers are not guaranteed to be necessary, but there's a very good chance that they will be.
And so far we haven't seen the players open up their maps, so we can't really tell which dungeons are crystal or pendants just yet.
Right. It's not bad intel to have early, but it doesn't really affect the decision making at this stage of the game.
Ooh, interesting.
You think he'll pick that up?
I don't know. ACM probably would.
Yeah, I think he would. Oh no.
Oh no.
Feels comfortable enough without it.
Yep. No swag scratch today.
He is already packing some good safeties. You rarely find yourself in situations as a player of ACM's caliber where you feel underpowered in any stage of the game, especially with those two filled bottles.
Ooh.
Well, okay.
Well, this is a great cave after all.
Yeah, that tight miss is going to open up a little bit here. So what do you think he'll do? You think he'll go all the way to Ice Rod Cave or fake flippers?
I would generally think he would fake flipper at this moment, because
A lot of people don't like going to the Ice Rod Cave at all early.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be fake flippers.
Yep.
Check the Helia item, get a little intel, and then probably check out the hobo. Well, maybe he won't. He's doing some fancy swimming tricks, it looks like.
Mm-hmm. His swimming tricks, I've noticed, are really quite fast.
Yeah, I've noticed that you can gain a lot of speed swimming with some tricks in a Taz, but I've never tried them in real time. Maybe he's looked into that since then and has found a way to get a little bit of a speed boost.
And let's see what Hobo holds for us today. Oh, nothing but 10 arrows.
Yeah, with the Titan Mitts, not sure what he'll check next. This opens up part of Death Mountain, but not a significant amount of it.
I think he's going to go back to escape.
Oh yeah, that's very smart of him to do that early. And he'll be happy that he did. Janus throwing a lot of fire rod shots to kill the Moldworms, but eventually it did work.
Seems like he might head to Death Mountain as well if he's coming back to Sanctuary here.
Yeah, the only other good option would probably be Sahajwala's house, and he'd start at Link's house for that. Janus got beat up a little too much. Luckily, he did have that fairy. Some of these enemies on the beach, I mean, the crabs do 2 hearts of damage. They're not soft enemies, for sure. Ooh, doesn't seem to quite know the fake flippers setup. But it's not too hard to improvise if you understand the fundamentals of fake flippers. Of course, to do fake flippers, you need to jump into the water either 1 or 2 pixels away from the screen transition. The first frame that you touch the water and that you gain control of Link, it actually doesn't check if you have the flippers yet. That's most likely because of a slight desynchronization between an animation state change and a global Link handler state change. I don't know the exact details there, but after you go through a transition, it also doesn't check if you have flippers because the assumption is that you already do. So you're able to simply bypass the flippers check entirely by doing this trick.
And while Janus was fake flippering into Zora, ACM checked the lumberjack cave to find out it was a shovel, and he's now opting to check out the old man here because he does have the Titan mitts. It's the traditional way.
Nice to see the correct way to do things once in a while. So we do have a diversion. Well, okay, that's a good thing to find. Absolutely. Especially since he knows where the flippers are in the library. And meanwhile, Janus is spending 500 rupees for a single arrow. This is a divergence that definitely favored ACM, though Janus might not be far behind.
And he's getting some intel here to see if that item's worth it. Nope.
With the Titan mitts and the boots, there will be a few more locations opened up. Well, the boots opened up a few more, but one requires the Titan mitts as well. The King's Tomb, of course. We may check those out before checking out a few other places.
Yep. And he's probably gonna think about picking up the flippers in the library.
Yeah, for sure. And I still don't think we've seen the map, have we?
No, we have not.
We can't do any of the Light World dungeons yet, or any dungeons really, so I guess there's no reason to check just yet. With the flippers, ACM can make his way to Zora's domain and have the option to check the ledge as well. So that may motivate him to head in that direction, but he will need a little bit more cash before he does. But there's a few other locations to do anyway. Janus kissing the old man.
ACM is going to Acmlm. Wow.
Okay, this is not one of the more likely decisions I thought he would make at this point. He's either not taking the chance that the shovel is unnecessary, or I don't know, maybe he knows that there's a high chance of an item on the pyramid, so he wants to check that out early as well.
And it's really nice to have Fire Rod in this early stage. It's one of my favorite weapons to use.
Magnus Tower. It's a one-hit KO on a lot of enemies. Oh, these clean quick kills on these guys.
And let's see what Janus opts to do here.
I'd be surprised to see the same decision, since I didn't expect it in the first place. We'll just have to check these few locations that the boots open up access to first. Ooh, walking through the tomb there.
Getting a little bit bodied there.
Recovered all right, though. It's really easy to get knocked off the ledge just by getting hit one time in that room. Probably fire on these guys.
Yeah, that's good.
I certainly would. In normal prize packs, they would drop from the magic pack, which would be nice. Of course, we have no idea what they could potentially drop in Randomizer.
Yeah, the arrow was deflected. The fire rod shot got deflected by an arrow.
Yeah, a lot of Link's projectiles and enemy projectiles will actually collide with each other. It's kind of a fun thing to do if you can get a arrow thrower or something stuck behind a wall, and let him shoot arrows at you and try to hit him from the side with your boomerang or something. It's actually a kind of a fun thing to do if you're just messing around in the game and get kind of bored.
Now, Scudge, here's a question for you. Are you a fan of blue balls or no?
Well, I think you're going to have a hard time finding anybody who answers yes to that question.
So I guess you are a fan of the guessing game of how many blue balls will Acmlm have today?
Hopefully 0, otherwise we may have to find out what game they're actually playing. Unless this is a GLS seed, in which case it's going to be 15.
Oh my lord, I remember that one.
Janus is going to explore with his real flippers what ACM already has with his fake flippers.
Now it's interesting to see, what do you think the pyramid item is going to be? And I would love to see what chat guesses here.
I think it's going to be the book.
Yeah, I think it has to be some kind of progression item pretty soon.
He's pretty confident that it will be. It must have been. Oh, wow.
Oh, and look at that.
How about that? I think that's the first accurate prediction I've ever made.
Now that definitely gives him an option. He could finish. Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
It looks like Desert Palace is a crystal, and so is Eastern Palace, but the red pendant is in its normal position in Tower of Hera.
That's not a bad thing to see. It does have a fire source and boots, so Desert will be full clearable, and a lifting upgrade, of course, and the book. Okay, so you need a lot of items, but he does have all of them. And he can check the proximity locations as well while he's here.
Oh.
Right there.
Yep, another fetch item.
Nice to see a divergence, though. This gives us more intel about where all the items are. Sahasrahla is holding nothing of importance. Shield, it's okay to have. It's better than no shield, but it's not going to really get you anywhere.
And looks like Crystal 6 is Desert.
Okay. And just for the record, why are the crystal numbers important to know? Oh, well, okay. First,
okay.
Shot, that's more important.
Absolutely. In Randomizer, actually, Crystal 5 and 6 will take you to the double chest ferry, as we like to call it now. And in Vanilla, however, you have even more requirements. You actually have to get the tempered sword, I believe, from the smith in order to even have it activated as well.
Yeah, you'd only have to rescue the smith, and they did that to try to prevent a follower conflict. Although it is still possible to run into some follower conflicts, they did a good job of preventing most of them. With little things like that. Janus in Eastern Palace without a bow. Is he gonna do? I guess he's gonna do as much of it as he can. He's probably putting off Acmlm because he doesn't know if it's necessary. I think that's a decision a lot of people would actually make.
Now it's interesting, if you find Hookshot here and you do have flippers, I'm starting to wonder if Swamp is required as a crystal.
Well, if it is, it'll be no problem. As long as he finds the hammer sometime. Still haven't seen anything of interest in Eastern. I didn't actually catch every chest.
Nothing of significance yet. He did find the big key over there, though. And true, the glove was in its original spot in Desert Palace.
Oh, that's fun. Unfortunately, ACM won't have enough magic to use the fire rod only on La Molas. It would be nice to see him execute that.
Maybe he'll get a lucky magic drop.
Well, there's a chance still. A couple of small pots, pots of magic under pots. Ooh, I hope he doesn't have magic. Yeah, he has 2 uses. I wasn't even thinking about the fact that he only had the fire rod here. So we need to make sure he had enough to actually light these torches. But he had plenty. As I said, there were 2 small pickups, and each small pickup is worth 1 fire rod shot. So there definitely would have been enough, as long as he didn't pick up 1 and then waste his magic.
Ooh, we might see some bomb stress here.
Very nice. Bombs do 4 damage against Lamolas. They have 16 HP total. With a setup like that, you can get several hits on the first phase if you're lucky. Even without good luck, you still at least get a few, and that'll soften them up nicely from the finish with a sword. It's actually an old school speedrunning strat, which ACM never actually did in runs. Even with the old rupee route, where bombs would be very convenient to pick up, he did not pick them up, and he instead did arrows only on Lamolas. And of course, I learned from him, so that's the style I started with as well. So I don't know how to do that either, but I guess he still knew how to do it. He just didn't like to.
And with that, ACM gets our first crystal for this race.
Yeah, I guess after this he'll probably pick up the mushroom and then check Agana. Agana is, of course, Sahazrula's brother. You might notice a family resemblance between them. Really precise dashes. So nice to see minimizing, erroneous dashes. Just a very, very guided and direct path to his destination. Janus is checking another location we haven't seen yet. He's going to check the Ice Rock Cave. Still putting off Aghanim. Better be careful, these guys do 2 hearts of damage.
Maybe. Oh, looks like ACM's gonna try to farm for rupees here.
Yeah, after you kill Aghanim, the sprites on the overworld actually change, so there's a lot more hostility on the screen than there would have been beforehand. But he'll get enough rupees probably to go check out Zora next. And then I imagine Death Mountain will be coming soon with the hookshot.
Yeah, I would think so. Maybe he's plotting checking out Zora along with delivering that mushroom at the same time.
That's probably a good idea. He still hasn't picked up the shovel as well, though he's not heading in that direction anyway. The direction to get... well... maybe that's what he's going to do now.
Yeah. Looks like he wants to pick up that shovel right now.
Janus is coming to desert, but he has not found the book yet, so there's only one location he's going to be able to access, one that he'll be able to see.
And looks like ACM's opting to dig up his location for the Honda Grove already.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, there's unlikely to be a convenient time to do it. I mean, unless you're coming through in the Dark World. But he does not have what he needs to do that. Bomb upgrade, and he chose to pick it up.
And let's see if he's gonna pick up his flippers here. Yeah, makes sense.
He did have a few items that he was aware of that he hadn't picked up yet. So I guess he's cleaning those up, checking that last location. Maybe make his way to Zora afterward. Yeah, he's going to want to have the flippers before he goes to Zora.
Yeah, definitely. Makes sense.
And it might be time for Aghanim for Janus.
Yep, I think he pretty much realized he ran out of options here.
Yeah, I mean, he really did check just about everything. In fact, I think he did check everything. Oh, ACM using a rarely seen whirlpool. He's going to actually do a double whirlpool trip here to get up to Northeast Hyrule.
The backwards
to the overworld. Unfortunately, it means he isn't passing by the witch on the way, but still really cool to see something like that. The whirlpool south of Link's house actually takes you right next to the witch's hut. Surprised we don't see that one more often, actually. Saving and quitting to Link's house and then going straight to that.
And I've seen some players plate flipper into that whirlpool sometimes too.
Oh, nice! I hadn't actually seen that. That was part of I think part of the RBO route for a very short time. And I was getting an extra bottle for some reason very early. ACM throwing away some cash. We'll have a lot of locations to check on Death Mountain. He hasn't gone to the Eastern Palace area yet to check Sahasrara's items or to check any of Eastern Palace. But he does have a lot of other options. These aren't his last ones, however. Though we know that those won't be productive for him.
Now, if he doesn't find the Moon Pearl around this area, do you think he's going to do the Super Bunny?
Yeah, he might, actually. He has the Titan Mitts, he doesn't have the Moon Pearl. Those will be the only chests he'll be able to check in the Dark World, but while he's here, the logic will not force you to do that. Well, okay.
Yes, he doesn't have to.
I guess we kind of could have guessed that was going to be here, because we knew it wasn't in the Eastern Palace area. And there aren't really any more locations you can check.
That's true. Oh,
nice.
But I'm pretty sure he's happy to see these items.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
I think Easter might be coming pretty soon.
I do think so myself.
He will obviously finish up Death Mountain first. But that is a crystal dungeon. He'll have no reason not to go and take care of that very soon.
Now, I think ACM's making a wise choice here because he still doesn't have the mirror. It would then cause him to not be able to view this side of the Death Mountain then, if he opts to go to Dark World first.
Yeah, he needs to make sure to full clear the Light World section of it first, because there's no way he'll be able to get back to the Light World. Nothing important on that floating island.
It's always nice to see Spiral Cave with boots, though.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting choice by ACM, though. He's immediately opting probably to go to Eastern here.
I wonder what his thinking is there. I guess, well, he does have the hook shot. He could full clear the dark side.
That's correct.
Well, I guess he's planning on doing it later.
All right.
And after killing Aghanim, there's extra enemies on a lot of screens. This one is one of the most noticeably different before and after.
Making very good use of the hook speed here.
Yeah, for sure. Or even a little sword climb. When you have the super speed glitch state on stairs, if you have any thing that would normally cause a movement speed downgrade, like carrying an item, holding your sword out, or something like that. You actually will get a speed boost because you'll get the normal slowed down speed, which just happens to be greater than normal stairs speed. The way to execute that is to hold your sword out and then do a hook dash to acquire the super speed glitch state. You, of course, want to let go of the sword before it charges fully, because a spin will lose you too much time for it to be worth it, except on very long stairs.
It's nice to see these hookshot strats in Eastern Palace.
Yeah, that's an interesting room design, because it seems very intuitive to use the hookshot in that room, but you wouldn't get it for a long time after in a normal playthrough of the game. Janus is going to get his magic again from this tree.
He beat Acmlm already, right?
Right. So that tree's not actually going to get it. Some of the locations of pullable loot, so to speak, changes after Acmlm. I think maybe only one actually stays the same, or most of the rest of them change.
All right, great use of speed here.
He doesn't have a lamp, so he's gonna have to do some of these rooms in the dark. Oh wait, on this version that's not the case, is it?
Nope, open mode.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Light world dungeons are still illuminated, even if you don't have the lamp in your inventory. I remember back when the lamp was always an escape, way back in the day. And of course on the original game.
Oh, good damage boost there.
Yeah, nice execution of that strategy. He's done that probably thousands of times.
And here's an interesting strat. I wonder if he's going to hookshot the sign. Nope.
Well, with the boots, maybe that's still a little better. Actually, hookshotting is favorable to dashing in a straight line up to a pretty significant distance, like 8 tiles or so, I think. Dashing is more efficient the longer the distance, of course, because the time stationary is always the same. The time to charge the dash is always the same length, so the efficiency increases at greater distances. With the hookshot, however, the time it takes to extend extends at the same rate as the distance that you travel. So the efficiency overall averages out to be the same no matter the distance with the hookshot. Dashing is more efficient than walking in a straight line at about 4.5 tiles, and I believe that's better than hookshotting at about 8 tiles, but I don't remember that exact number.
Going for the speed kill now.
That's right. ACM did the bottom right strat here for a very long time. He was a little late to adapt the top right, actually, because he was just comfortable enough with the bottom right. Top right's, I think, a little bit faster. The difficulty rating is, of course, subjective, but a lot of people do find it to be easier as well. Janus tried the Devilant Bonk. That's a very obscure thing. I wonder where he learned that. It's one of the coolest strategies, in my opinion. There's just the edge of that little half wall there. You can dash against it to recoil over that monster and not have to kill it.
Now with the Moon Pearl in hand and the Titan's Mitt, we might be seeing a visit to the Village of Outcasts now.
Yeah, definitely. Plenty of cash for his gambling games. Though they're not much of a gamble in Randomizer. Not for the same reason, anyway.
Oh, another safety item, though.
Yeah, he doesn't really want that one.
Oh, here we go. Crystal 5 is actually Thieves Town.
Oh, nice. That's a convenient one. I saw a pendant at Swamp, but I did not see the other pendant.
Ooh, Quake Medallion.
Okay. Possibly an important item. Oh, he's going into Thieves without the hammer.
Yep.
I'm not very much against this decision, honestly. Having to come back to this overworld location to do this dungeon later after he gets the hammer, or he will have to come back here. I mean, whether he does part of it now or not, he's going to potentially have to come back here later once he gets the hammer. If he doesn't do it now, he's definitely going to have to come back. If he does do it now, he might have to come back. So I don't necessarily disagree with this decision. Oh, Janus did pick up the bug net earlier, like most players would have. And he's catching some fairies. Might as well.
He's making good use of the quick hop here. I think he's heading out for some reason. Maybe he's not wanting to finish this dungeon at the time.
Okay, just doing the 4 chests and then leaving.
Mhm.
Well, okay. Yep. I guess he's going to come back later then, anyway.
He wants that hammer probably before he finishes.
Yeah, I guess so. I wonder if he's figured the exact odds of the hammer being there in this exact situation that he's in. Did a few calculations in his brain. Lots of locations to check in lower dark Hyrule, including the one and only Hype Cave. Oh, Janus, just enough magic to light those torches.
And here's the... Oh! Looks like it's a heart container at the dig game here today.
Yeah, heart count is kind of low, but red mail and gold sword. And I believe he still has a fairy and a blue potion.
And I think we might have a trip to Hype Cave very soon here.
Yeah, I think so. Looks like Meyer is the other pendant, the other pendant dungeon. Well, that means he's only going to need 1 medallion at most.
Yep. And looks like Ice Rod's in play in this race now.
Oh yeah, for sure. Candace Samari is still necessary, unless we want to see some hovers. The lamp. Ooh. That's a happy item.
Hyped up enough already.
Ooh, okay. So he's got 2 out of 3 medallions now, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yes,
very good chance I'll have medallions. And next, is he going up to Pulse of Darkness?
I think he's trying to wrap his way around by swimming because he doesn't have the hammer yet.
He might be taking the whirlpool up there. Nice use of another whirlpool. Love to see that. That'll take him right up near the Witch's Hut in the Dark World.
Yep. Maybe a trip to this side or a catfish, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's a wise choice because he doesn't have hammer. He had to figure out a way to get to the side without traveling a long distance.
Yeah, he wouldn't have actually been able to get across the Hammer Peg Bridge. So that was definitely a smart way to get up here. Meanwhile, Janus is finally making this trip to Death Mountain. He may do Dark Death Mountain, which may get him some important items that ACM hasn't gotten yet while he's here. Ah, interesting.
It looks like we found all the fetch items in this seed, though.
He won't be able to do the fetch quest just yet. He'll need either the mirror or the hammer. And it looks like it's time for ACM to check Dark World Death Mountain as well. I wonder what he was waiting for. So I guess we will see it from ACM first, actually. But they'll be doing it right around the same time.
No mirror. He's probably thinking about that. You know, in the top of his mind, he's thinking, I have the mirror to do that mirror glitch here.
That was still such a fast menu, too.
I know.
So fast.
He's like, blah, blah, blah. Oh, never mind.
Gonna have to solve this puzzle the legitimate way.
Oh, wow.
And be rewarded for it.
Yeah, the flute. Now, let's see what he gets in Hookshot Cave here.
Mire's not necessary, so he doesn't need the flute to complete a dungeon, but it does open up a few additional locations in the Mire area, and of course, potential locations inside of Mire. Another sword. If this was progressive items, he would have the gold sword now.
Oh, there it was.
Okay. So yeah, he's in pretty good shape here. He'll be able to check the Turtle Rock pendant to determine exactly what he still needs.
Yep. I think he also could check Spike Cave if you really wanted to.
It's the one he doesn't have.
Oh.
So he does need one more medallion. He's going to need the ice rod. Swamp was not required, so the mirror may not be required. Candace Samaria will be. He's got a pretty full inventory now, but just lacking multiple items still. Yeah, I'm going to check the Spike Cave. He has a Cane of Burna. He'll probably use that in the Cane of Burna cave. A little bit of irony there. Looks like he's putting it off until until he needs it. Not going to find what he needs there. I guess he'll maybe activate the flute, go to Dark Kakariko, and finish Thieves Down.
Yeah, I think that's a solid bet.
Janus going to do this. Oh, he's going to try to do the block clip there. That was a strategy Evil Ash found back when I did RBO in the US version and couldn't erase blocks with the mirror. He actually found a shortcut in this cave for me.
Ah.
And we don't use this cave anymore at all. So that strategy was kind of went away for a while, but came back in Randomizer, which is really cool when that kind of thing happens.
Yep, actually going into this cave is a little bit faster than activating the Turtle Rock portal. If you don't need to do Turtle Rock, you can save a few seconds by going through this cave instead.
Yeah.
And it looks like Chet's still praying for the pedestal item. They want a long, long race here, I believe.
Okay, he's gonna go to Palace of Darkness first. I guess that's an okay decision. More item locations than Thieves Town, where he's already checked several of them. I don't know exactly what items he found there, so I don't know how many possible item locations are still available there. But there's definitely at least one, maybe two. Or, well, can't say that for sure.
Well, Chet's probably disappointed about the Slag Duck, but hey, you still have Janus, who still has to activate his ocarina.
Sam found the big key early here. That'll give him a lot of freedom to do whatever routing he wants here, especially since he already has the hammer. Doing east side first is going to be nice. Well, it's required because they didn't get a small key, but you won't have to backtrack at all without having the mirror, especially. That's nice. Janus will likely be making his first pass through Village of the Outcasts.
Interesting that he decided not to activate the flute at this time. Maybe thinking, well, it's not really required in Meyer. I don't need to do that.
Yeah, he maybe he's thought that, or maybe he was even thinking about mirroring, but forgot they didn't have it. Hard to speculate.
Now, interesting to see what routing Acmlm does here. Some people would actually bonk that ladder rail to get to that chest.
Yeah, looks like he's maybe taking a completely different route. He's gonna bomb this first.
Yeah, the reason why I was thinking about that is because he doesn't have mirror. It's kind of, you have to jump around a bit.
Yeah. I think it would have been better to bonk up there, get that chest, and just do a short loop to get to this.
Yeah, then you can cover all three at the same time.
Yeah. This way he'll probably take this warp back to the east side and then climb the stairs. He doesn't have enough small keys that he can get back to that room anyway.
Yep.
So let's see if Janus actually has the hammer now because he went to Dark Death Mountain before coming here, so he'll be able to full clear this dungeon.
Yeah, maybe we'll see a interesting item here. And he does have the big... Here we go. Alright, I think he's got this.
There. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, he gets another key here. It's pretty nice. Then you can just use that door. Yeah.
I'll probably use it.
Yeah. Since he has done all the right side, I'm pretty sure everything else has to give him a key for sure, because he needs one for the basement as well.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting 2 keys here in some of these chests.
See our first chance for something new in Thieves Town very soon.
Okay. That's a great item to have here.
Yeah, getting at the end of Palace of Darkness is kind of disappointing because it helps so much in the dungeon. But it's still a very important item.
Still has to push the statue the traditional way.
Oh, yeah. It's nice to have the Cane of Samari in a few places you wouldn't normally have it. You can skip a couple of statue puzzles.
Still does it the fast strat way.
Yeah. Statue puzzles in this game aren't very painful. In fact, they're quite simple. If you like statue puzzles, I recommend checking out a ROM hack called Goddess of Wisdom. If you like spending literally 10 minutes on a single statue pool puzzle, check that out.
Oh!
Was that silver arrows?
Oh, yes, it was. Silver arrows for Janus.
Nice. Just be able to see what you're doing in this basement here. It's quite bad to do these rooms in the dark.
That was a really good turtle room by Acmlm.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I advertised somebody else's ROM hack. But no, never mind.
And I know Sketch knows these damage strats by heart here. I always refer to Skudge's sheet here for 17 hits on the master with hammer, 2 slashes with the butter sword, and you got yourself a dead Helma.
Yep, nice and easy with those weapons. Cane of Burno and Blind, that's nice. Nice and easy. Well, should I give History of Goddess of Wisdom? It's actually had several different authors. The first guys who did it couldn't finish it, so they let another guy take up the project, and he wasn't able to finish it either. And then Puzzle Dude was a third person who picked it up just to make it releasable in its current form. Which is why it kind of feels a little bit like an incomplete hack, because it sort of is. I see him finally turning in this mushroom. Now that he has the flute, he can get here nice and quick. And surprisingly picking up the heart piece. Oh, it was enough to give him a full heart. I wonder if he knew that. Or if that was just a coincidence.
Ooh, probably checking Meyer, which is a good choice. He has 3 chest locations here you can look for, now that he has mirror.
Yeah, definitely good to come here after getting the mirror.
Oh, he gets that dash. Yeah.
Wow. That relies on frame roll to work, which means even if your execution is perfect, there should still be a chance that it could fail. So it's got to be a really good dash, and you got to get a little lucky. So Meyer is also Bombos. That's good to know, although it's hopefully not going to be necessary. At least they're hoping they're not going to have to go in there.
Yeah, at this point in time, because there's only 2 items in Meyer, it seems like it's such a big dungeon for 2 items. It's quite a trek.
Yeah, I wouldn't go in there unless I had no other options.
You might see a trip to Skull Woods, because it is a crystal dungeon.
Yeah, not going back to Thieves Town yet.
Now, it's nice to have butter in Randomizer, because they changed it so that the slash with the attack on Mothula still damages him, whereas in vanilla, pokes only work, right?
Yeah, that's right. The most likely reason is because the gold sword and spikes in the environment actually do the same damage type. It's possible to knock back enemies into spikes to do more damage to them, a strategy that's not really very intuitive, but is done only one time in the speedrun, in the normal speedrun. And of course, Mothula's room is full of spikes, so if you could hit him back into them, he would die very fast. So they probably negated the spike damage, made it 0, and accidentally, as a side effect, made butter sword damage 0. But our developers have repaired that for us, so that this fight is not the worst day in the world in Randomizer.
And the damage input for the butter sword is the same as the tempered.
That's right. It's simply been lowered. I think it actually does a conditional check, and if you're in that room only, the damage changes. I think it's something like that.
Yeah, I think that's about right, Sketch.
ACM made a little mistake here, going to the big chest without the key. Oh, nice. Janus got crystals 5 and 6 and straight for the bomb.
Interesting play here. He probably did keep track that Thieves was a crystal 5 or 6.
Must have been. Thieves in the desert.
Now let's see what we get today.
Ooh, a little cash. Not even enough to pay for the bomb.
Nope.
Looks like the big key is coming late in Skullwoods. That's a bit of an annoyance.
Yeah, probably gonna check it after he beats Mothula.
Mm-hmm. Unless he can confirm it's a dungeon item.
Yeah.
Janus will be happy to find what he finds in Palace of Darkness.
And we might have a sneak peek at what the pedestal item may be too, right after Skullwoods. It's a good time to check.
I wonder if ACM would check it. How many locations he's already checked, and he does need a couple more items. Actually, 3 more items. He may check it. Though we do know that, let's see.
Oh!
Okay, well, there's one of them. I think the Ice Rod is the only item you can still be, right?
Yeah, because Ice Rod
combo.
is technically... Yeah, you need Ice Rod, but Ice Rod's technically only utilized for one boss battle.
So that's the last hope for those of you cruel people who hope that the pedestal is required.
That's true.
He is going to check it for us. Aww.
Aww.
Don't think he's going to want to pick that up.
I don't think so either. So he already knows that that's not going to be Bombos, and that's not going to be my Ice Rod.
I think it's time for Thieves Town now. So which dungeons are still left then? Turtle Rock, which you can't get into or complete because it doesn't have the Ice Rod. Ice Palace and Thieves Town are the last crystal dungeons.
Yeah, for ACMM, that seems like to be the case.
It means there's a good chance we're going to see some a lot of Ice Palace, I guess.
And it's always interesting to see how people route Ice Palace.
Yeah, it's really hard to do it optimally based on you know, where you get the big key or where you get the small keys as well.
I still think it's a smart strat to, if you do know how to bomb jump, to still do that way, because it kind of opens a little bit more options where you can also save a key as well.
Yeah. And of course, ACM will have no problem doing the Ice Palace bomb jump.
And I think this is where the bonk strat comes into play for Janus. There it is.
Yep. And going back down right away. He does have the big key already, so I guess he's going to check the chest. Knocked himself down those stairs.
Now, Sahasra is still in play here as well, right?
Yeah, well, where was the green pendant? That one might have been Mire. Or, I think that was Swamp, actually.
And they do have all of the equipment to beat Swamp, I would believe. Well, at least ACMLM, but Janus should shortly get the mirror.
Yeah. Oh, someone's asking what happens if you fall through the hole that the light enters from. For some strange reason, that actually will land you in the boss room. They actually did set that up to send you there.
Turtle Rock is required for this race.
Yep.
And we know the medallion required for Turtle Rock is actually Bombos as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's still some overworld locations yet to be checked before maybe diving into another dungeon.
Yep, those mirror spots and also the tablets.
Yeah. Get a little off script in the last phase of blind there, but no problem at all to finish it up.
We might have a trip to our smiths now, because he does have the mirror. I mean, yeah, that's what he was needing.
Yeah. He'll also be able to do the hammer peg puzzle. He'll be able to check the bat cave. May carry the chest with him down to the average middle-aged man while he checks, or in order to check Bombos while he's there.
And that would definitely be the smart play, because then he can also, if he can go to that direction, he can also mirror his way into Ice Palace.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, he's opting to go down this way and then use his portal to grab the purple chest, I believe.
Most likely, yeah. Well, he's had this powder for quite a while. Just wondering what it could be. I'm wondering too. Ooh.
Well, we do know there's 20 plus red rupees in this game. So I'm not quite surprised to see that many red rupees.
Now they are quite prevalent. Janus is nearly done with the Palace of Darkness. I saw him use the mirror in the dungeon, making use of it right away as soon as he got it.
Now here's some fun facts though. I know we've seen the quarter magic in Randomizer, but that was actually part of the vanilla game, but it was not a item you can actually get though.
Yeah. That's interesting. They actually had that fully working. There are some tables, in the ROM that indicate how much magic each item will use. And there's 3 entries for each item. One for no magic upgrade, one for double, and one for quarter. Or half and quarter, I should say. There's some cool unused stuff in there. There's some unused graphics. Like there's like a remnant of code in the witch sprite where like she would give you the cane of Burna, so that may have actually originally been where you got that. We can only speculate about their original intentions now, unfortunately, unless we can actually, I don't know, get in the call with Miyamoto. Or
like we got another bottle with a fairy for Acmlm.
Yep. Ooh, Janus trying to use this silver arrow. Only takes a single one to kill Helmsword. ACM didn't have that option, but 2 slashes with the gold sword are easy enough. That'll do it though. Red rupee for his effort.
I'm thinking his next option is definitely Ice Palace here.
There are a few overworld locations left to check. Maybe he'll want to do that before he goes in. Maybe not.
Oh, wow. Here's the first gamble a little bit. Checking Swamp Palace.
There's a lot of locations.
The red team was actually dropped by Mothula, I believe.
You think it'll full clear swamp to get the green pendant while he's here?
That's true, because this is the green pendant. Maybe that's weighing on his mind.
Janus is trying to be clever with his enhanced inventory here. Not quite able to locate their spawns before they appear, though.
For that one, I generally like to use Fire Rod if I could. It's quicker, in my opinion.
It's fun to use any item that's not really that you wouldn't normally have when you get there.
Yeah, I've seen Zelda use bow quite a few times when he's in there.
Yeah, I like to use the bow. That's what I did in RVO. Eastern Palace is a pretty quick dungeon here. Janus will get himself within a single crystal away from ACM after completing this.
Ooh.
In fact, Skullwood's oh, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, I was wondering if ACM was going to use the not the traditional route here to check the rest of Swamp.
I guess not. There's an alternate strategy here that you can't do because you normally wouldn't have the hook shot to get a small key. Don't know how much time it saves, but I do believe it is a time save.
Yep, I think it's about 10 seconds or so.
Probably worth it. No downside unless you accidentally forget that key before you drain the water.
And I like this room too because if you do have full hearts, you can also use a sword beam to hit that switch as you're on your way out.
Yeah. So Skull Woods is a pretty fast dungeon as well. It's possible that Janus could catch up on crystals before ACM finds the items that he needs to do another dungeon. Well, at least he does have the items he needs for Ice Palace, but we'll see if he goes there to search for the last one item he needs.
Ah, looks like Mike, the viewer, has some good strat here about that room. Tiny time save.
It feels like it would be more. Mike, however, is one of my most trusted scientists. He does very thorough testing of things. Seemingly negligible or irrelevant things he can spend days on.
And he's also known as Chuck Norris in the tourney so far.
Oh yeah?
Because he just bazes through everything.
Yeah, he's had some good runs in the tournament, for sure.
I think it's an interesting fact, though. Doesn't Mike still use an Xbox 360 controller?
As far as I know, he does.
Yeah.
One of the best emulator players. And he does use a non-traditional controller. Most people would not want to play on that thing.
Absolutely. But he's definitely quite good with it, as you can see.
Oh yeah, definitely. Used to be Germany #1, but unfortunately he lost that title to Timon. And there's Vamos. And he is out of there.
Gamble pays off.
Still doesn't have the ice rod.
Yeah, that was interesting, though. I was wondering if he might have finished off the whole dungeon, just the fact that he can get a green pendant, I believe, right?
Yeah, the pendant, and then that will give him one location. He could have already confirmed that Argus wasn't going to be an item, though I wasn't paying close enough attention to have confirmed that.
Yeah, he might have thought that he didn't need any more items wise, but it does give an option to hospital though.
Mhm. Hoping for a vanilla ice rod. We know it's not going to be there. So what's going to be next?
Looks like he's going back in.
Would he really go back in? He's going to have to drain that water again.
Yeah, I think he's gonna do it again.
How about that?
Oh,
Or
never
is he?
mind. Never mind.
You know, he might have accidentally got sucked into the dungeon when he hit the warp. But maybe he was intending to go somewhere else. Maybe the bomb shop next.
Yep, he hasn't done the big bomb here yet. Maybe he'll opt to do the glitched way.
Ah, yeah.
Which he does. Oh, here he goes.
I'll teleport this bomb.
Yep.
That bomb is really weirdly coded to allow weird stuff like this to happen. I imagine there's other glitches associated with this bomb that we haven't really found yet, because some of its elements are stored in a strange way in the RAM rather.
I like the mirror version though. Sometimes you mirror transition and you can still catch the bomb with you.
Yeah, you can get closer to your destination by doing it that way. It's a little scarier though. There's no backup if you fail, whereas with the transition, if you go a little bit early, you can just hit the transition again. The big bomb teleport was found by an old player named Brahmin Meat, old glitch hunter. He's found a lot of the most obscure, totally random stuff like Jesus Dash, things like that.
Oh, here's the obscure swimming again.
Yeah, that totally looks like it's working too. I didn't think it would do anything in real time. Hey, there's Brahmin Meat in chat. Haven't seen that guy for several months. Just saw him today for the first time. Janus maybe sighing a little bit of a relief. He's not going to have to get the 3 pendants. But it is intel that doesn't really help him otherwise. ACM finally decided to just suck it up and do Ice Palace.
I'm pretty sure he was thinking, I wanted to do this place fast, but now he's got to search everything. Now, I'm wondering if he's going to take a gamble. If he doesn't find ice here, he might just go straight to Turtle Rock looking for it there.
You know, it seems to turn up in Turtle Rock pretty often. I wouldn't be surprised at all if he did go straight there. I think Janus maybe has the big chest left to check in Skull Woods. Which I don't think ACM actually did. He checked the pedestal and then left from there.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he already knew the item count, because there's only 2 items in...
That wasn't the only chest he missed, though.
Yeah. And then the one item was already the red cane from Mothulus, so he already probably knew. That's probably why he didn't have to check it.
Right, but Janus did the dungeon route a little differently. Didn't check these first chests. I didn't notice that earlier.
Okay. That's why he still has to keep searching.
Yeah. Just got a few locations left to check. It was Dungeons playing ping pong with him. I think these bumpers were actually used as the first way that anybody found out how to use the EG glitch was actually to bounce perfectly between 2 bumpers in Skull Woods. And eventually the camera becomes offset slightly, so when you go through a door, you'll get warped like a YBA or another kind of door glitch, and end up in EG. Way back in the 90s, that was figured out.
And I think ACM did this routing pretty well because he did make use of the keys properly here to get around and stuff.
Yeah, it was really kind of funny to see people try to do Ice Palace for the first time, especially when Randomizer was new and hardly anybody knew how to do it. Now, almost everybody knows how to do it, but there are still new players who show up once in a while who don't, so we can still kind of, you know, secretly laugh at them.
Oh, he's going to bomb it instead. Using the hookshot strat.
Nah, he doesn't really need to. With the Cane of Samari, he didn't need to do the bomb jump. You can still do this main loop of the dungeon without having to worry about getting back to that block.
Oh. Making good use of the dash on the ice here.
Oh yeah, that room was so hard when I was a kid. One of the hardest rooms I think to get through was that ice room.
Well, with all those keys now, it's pretty much set. He knows that's just about it.
Yeah, he's probably already planning his next move. So what he'll be able to do here, instead of pushing the block down, is simply go through the big key door, go downstairs where you'd normally hit a switch, which would then allow you to do another loop through the dungeon, the one he just did, but you won't have to do it another time. This is why Ice Palace is one of the most complex dungeons by design in the game. I think he'll use Bombos to break the shell of Cold Stare. Might as well.
Yep. You would have had to have full magic at that point to use it then.
Yeah, he does have a blue potion, but yeah, he wouldn't have been able to use the Fire Rod without having to break that.
If he had full health, he could have used some Sword Beam strat way too.
Yeah, that's rare to see. One more crystal for ACM. One item still remaining. I'm sure he already has his next move perfectly planned.
Oh, I think he might check the bumper cave area.
Yeah, north lower Hyrule.
And I think he hasn't checked Ether Tablet yet, has he?
No, I guess when he may go up there, check that, maybe even peek into Hera, and then check out Turtle Rock. And then the last move he does before going there.
And then I think pretty much he's covered all of the overworld at that point then.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything else. Although I've forgotten a lot of locations in my own randomizer plays.
Oh.
Interestingly, right now Janus is doing a quest that ACM has done, and ACM is checking the location that Janus has already checked. Now he's on the mountain. Imagine we'll see him climb straight up.
Oh yes, we have. ACM's menuing is incredibly fast.
Yeah, it is. I mean, even if you know exactly what you're supposed to do, like in a normal speedrun, you should have every menu memorized at a high level. In a randomizer, the menu is different. Every time, every single run, the menu is going to be different. So either knows what he has and has it memorized, or is able to look at it and know the fastest way to get to what he needs very quickly. Either way, it's incredibly impressive, honestly. I've never seen someone do it this well in Randomizer. Or in a puzzle, or, you know, bingo or whatever. No luck from the tablet.
Oh, here we go.
See how much of this he checks. I think it depends on what he gets early.
Okay. It's got to be either the big key or a small key here now.
Right. With a small key, you'd have to go to the tile room. The big key, you can go upstairs. Using the mirror to get back to that staircase a little faster. Although doing a super speed off the stairs might have been a little cooler.
Let's see if you use the hook shot here.
Yeah, probably will. It's a little easier using the bomb jump. Just make sure you don't walk into that spark. And you may kill Moldorm. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good thing to do. Kill Moldorm, see if you don't have to get the other the chest in the basement.
Yeah, that's definitely something people don't like to do, is go down to that basement.
But it's probably going to definitely have to be a key now for Moldorm.
Oh yeah, that's true. Which he would need to check that chest anyway.
Yeah.
It's found the map and the compass already, so it could
Gotta be a key.
And he is going to collect the pendant. Yeah, that'll warp him back to the entrance anyway. I mean, you could mirror and just skip this pendant.
Taking the gamble, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like it. Nice, so I can be pretty much anywhere in Turtle Rock, potentially.
And Janus might look through Hera completely, too.
Yeah, checking this before Ice Palace. He hasn't gone into Swamp yet, so he doesn't have Bombos. He's also missing the Ice Rod, same as ACM. Switch to the mirror early. I would never equip the mirror when I didn't have to have it selected, just in case.
Whoa, quick big key.
Another small key there. One of these early chests does have to be a small key. I think Burnham might be next for Janus. Before Unfortunately, he's searching a lot of locations that we already know are pretty dry.
Now, since ACM's still looking for the ice rod, he's still going to have to check that center big key location, because it could be an item that he needs to.
Yeah. Yeah, that normally you could skip that if you already have the big key. You would just maybe come down here, get the small key, guaranteed from the Hokuboku. But you will have to expend it here. No luck yet. Let's see where Janus continues to search.
Probably going to do ice first here.
You'd be opting to do that before going into the swamp. Which is probably what I would have done, honestly.
Yep. You do have all the necessary tools to finish ice, so might as well. But he's gonna probably have to use his potion or hope for magic drop here.
Yeah, unfortunately in Randomizer, these guys do not have a good chance of dropping magic. In normal run, they have a quite high chance. Moose Cave, technically it's an overworld location, but it's basically a part of Turtle Rock. So you do have to come through part of the dungeon to get to it.
Oh! And we have a go mode for Acmlm.
Go mode with 1.5 dungeons remaining.
His gamble does pay off, though.
Yeah, well, it's hard to even call it much of a game. Oh, nice. Half magic. That's gonna give him a lot of comfort. Fully decked out here with red mail, gold sword, half magic. Silver arrows already in there. A couple fairies. Yeah, he's pretty comfortable. But hey, he did end up going into a couple extra dungeons. Nearly fully cleared Swamp Palace. Got a pendant that wasn't the green one. A lot of extra stuff in this seed. He's still probably going to finish it up around, well, it's hard to estimate. Sub 150 for sure.
Yeah, well, now we're going to have to figure out is how fast he's going to get that big key in Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, that's the biggest factor now to determine the length of the rest of his run.
And it was definitely wise of Acmlm to definitely go that route, because he was searching, but most people skip that big chest, and sometimes that big chest ends up being that small key you need to get into the final room.
Oh yeah, yeah. He actually did those chests out of a logical order, and the key was still the last one. Checking out.
Isn't that always the case?
Definitely seems like it.
Now, I'm wondering if we're going to go see a zero cycle kill here.
Yeah, he'll probably still do front side try next with a gold sword. I think it's still possible. Three hits each. Make sure to switch items before you kill each head, because you cannot open the menu while they're exploding. You're going to get one attack. 3 slashes or spins or some combination on this last phase will kill it. I'll do a double spin and a slash. In fact, the double spin and a poke would even be enough. And Trinex gives 5 rupees. Janus is nearly done clearing out Ice Palace, I think. Maybe has a couple more sections to explore.
And looks like chat's already guessing how many chests it's going to require for Acmlm to get the big key. I usually go with Bob chest, about 14.
That's a safe bet. It's a good location anyway. It's one of the few locations that you sometimes see people accidentally forget. Not too common, but every time you see somebody miss it, you don't know. Some people may hope that it's there. Some people may hope that it's not. Obviously, the person playing hopes that it's not there, but maybe some people viewing the race may hope that it is, especially if they're rooting for the other person.
Now, remember, this was the biggest change since when V6 got switched to V7 was that the big key finally can be in a different logical location than just the standard.
Yeah, there was basically a typo in the key placement logic that caused the big key to be trapped to one of just a handful of chests in this dungeon. Someone's asking, what is the Bob chest? Would you like to explain the lore behind that?
Well, we have the special anti-fairy that we named Bob when he's the glitched form, and that chest so happens to be in the same location of him, so henceforth the Bob chest.
Yeah, Bob is is like a randomizer mascot. Ooh, I see him taking an uncharacteristic fall there.
And yes, if you do bonk for the item, Bob is not going to be there anymore in the glitch state.
Oh yeah, I meant to see if I could get an explanation for why that is. Yeah, there was a small key on the torch. He did want that. Oh man, Janus walked under the spike wall before starting his dash. Maybe he's a little flustered or a little frustrated for having to full clear Ice Palace. It's not something most people enjoy doing. Well, maybe some people do, but I think most people don't.
True. And plus, with the intel that we know he's not going to find any of his useful items here.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, I hope chat kept count.
3 small keys in tow. He has 1 more than he needs if he doesn't pick up any going upstairs. There's 1 guaranteed drop upstairs and a few more chests. Most people like to go upstairs with 1 because you're definitely going to have enough. I saw ACM in a race a long time ago. This was a really strange item placement. He actually went upstairs, gambled with 0 keys. Didn't get the 1 in the chest he needed. Didn't have boots yet. Couldn't check east side because he had wasted the 1 key that he found upstairs. You know, he wasted it getting to the second to last chest there. He had to explore a whole bunch of new locations in order to find the boots, in order to actually be able to finish the dungeon. He was so close to winning and ended up being taking 20 or 30 minutes longer. It was really sad. Tiptoeing across that bridge there to dodge those cannonballs. Meanwhile, Janus is fighting Cold Stare. It takes 4 slashes or spins or some combination thereof. The spin hit all of them, so 3 additional slashes each will finish them with the gold sword. As advanced as ACM's, computer processor brain is, I don't think he can actually process memes, so I don't think he's going to do anything with the validation chest.
Yeah. Just knowing ACM, he likes to go for speed, though.
Yeah. He's done everything so efficiently up to this point.
Yep. Go for the
Nice
1 cycle, of
air
course.
kill.
And I think Janus is probably going to go into... Oh, yep, she's probably going to check Swamp.
You will not regret that decision.
Yep.
Using the lamp in this room. If you have half magic, you can use the fire rod. It's a little faster. Mostly because you save a menu, actually.
Yep, with half he doesn't need to grab that magic pot at all, so boom.
Yeah, or the next one.
Yep. It's got silvers as well, so really no need to worry about magic that much.
No, I think he even has a blue potion still. I don't think he's used any of his bottles. Any of his safety items that he's acquired over the run.
But still grabs it.
Yeah, probably had a reflex, honestly. So does 8 damage to Moldorm. He has 12 HP. Slash, 2 slashes or a slash and a poke would be enough.
Oh, he does open it for you guys.
Nice. Nice to see that red rupee. I mean, what else?
It's actually its original location too.
Yeah.
So happens to be the red rupee.
Ooh, kind of an ugly pattern there, but he's still got a triple, I think.
It's quite amazing. Oh wow! Oh, that almost was a triple chance too.
Oh, the shots must have got eaten. That was so close to a 2-cycle.
Yep.
If 2 shots hit him too close together, then unfortunately they will only register as 1 hit. Still, pretty darn good fight there.
Oh yeah, that was great. We've had 1 double-triple, I believe, in the tournament so far, and it was done by Ben, who got the best rando tourney time so far.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he's a very solid player himself. Been doing a lot of randomizers lately. I think he's definitely taking the tournament seriously. He hadn't done too many, just for fun before the tournament started, but he's definitely been going in pretty hard lately. It's only going to be 6 hits per phase for the first 2 phases of Ganon here. Nice and easy with the gold sword. The phase separation isn't very distinct on this fight, so it's not really clear what the difference between the first and second phase is, but once that fire circle starts, you're in the second phase. That's why he delayed his slashes, actually, so he could be sure he started counting them after the second phase started. 1 hit per warp in the third phase. Each time you hit him, he jumps up in the air, breaks the floor. If you don't hit him, or if you hit him too slow, he won't actually do that. He'll just spit out a fire attack, which you don't want to happen. That can get pretty hectic.
And I'm sure he did find those silver arrows, as Ganon was saying.
Nailed the torch glitch with the fire rod. Not good positions for doubles, but he might get one on this last hit. So we'll only have to light the torch 1 time, yeah. Nice fight. Exactly how that was supposed to look.
And we have our winner.
It's going to be a 143 something, unless he somehow, I don't know, dashes in the wrong direction or something. Okay. What's the race time? It's going to be 143.31.
Yep, our official SRL time.
Considering the only dungeon he never went inside was Mire. He nearly full cleared Swamp and Hera. Almost in all dungeons at Caesar. 143. Very nice. Unfortunately, I don't think ACM talks, so I don't think we're going to have an interview with him.
That is true. Maybe we should ask, though, just in case. You never know.
Maybe we can get him to type an interview and we can read it out loud.
That's true.
Well, while we're waiting for his, credits to play out, seeing Janus in Swamp here. ACM showed up in the stream chat there with the Franker Z. In the A Link to the Past speedrunning community, Franker C is kind of like aloha. It can mean hello, goodbye, how are you, thank you, you know, pretty much anything. Oh, he's giving the hot tips in the chat there. Warped out before remembering he still needed the ice rod after finding Bombos in Swamp. The same questions we probably would have asked him anyway. He's already answering.
That's true. And that is actually true too, due to form. You were right, Scudge, that doing Aghanim that quickly was pretty rare for ACMLM.
Yeah, well, I mean, he would have been forced to do it eventually anyway, but yeah, it was quite early. Janus is just about to find happy item.
Oh, yes.
I think he will complete the dungeon, though.
Yeah, he's probably thinking, might as well get that green pendant anyways.
Yeah, at the very least.
Now, up on ACMLM screen, we can start guessing how many bonks he had and also what's his menu time, because after all, you've seen his crazy menu time skills here.
They're quite fast, as a matter of fact. I didn't see too many bonks either. I mean, there are a few intentional ones. Wait a minute, did he not kill Argus? He went ahead a little bit and left.
Wow, that was the right choice though.
And he may actually be heading towards Turtle Rock now.
Yeah.
Now that his opponent's done, maybe he's just hoping. He should be aware of when his opponent finishes. That is something that the racers are aware of. Just happened to run into some of the items. That's what ACM said. Talk about how calculated it is, you know, and how he knows all the exact odds and stuff. And he says he just happened to run into him.
And looks like Janus is definitely opening up Turtle Rock at least here.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing left for him to do on Death Mountain. He's already checked Hera, the tablet, and all the caves, so I think there's nothing else he would be doing but going into Turtle Rock.
Ice Rod was in Mimic Cave.
Yeah, a nice place for any required item. I think Ice Rod is probably the most likely one to find there, though, since there's a lot of prerequisites for Turtle Rock.
Yep, and Ice Rod usually is one of the hardest items to find because it could be pretty much anywhere because it's only needed for the Trinex battle.
Yeah, pretty much anywhere except Ganon's Tower. Unless Turtle Rock is not required, and then I think it can be in Ganon's Tower. Oh, nice recovery from Janus there. Missed a torch, but knew exactly how to hit it after that loop there. A lot of chests in this seed. 139 is pretty high. I'd say that's above average at least.
And he still had a little bit of more chests in Janus Tower, I believe.
Yeah, there's a few extra, or a few ones not necessary to check in there. One pendant, and it wasn't even the green one. It's only a matter of time now before Janus finds this last item he needs. He'll be happy to find it here.
And we see the bonk count from ACLM, which was 24.
24.
But let's see this menu time, though. Oh.
247. Not bad at all. $142 even on the in-game timer. Pokepokus are a strange enemy to kill because depending on how you take down their HP, they can actually take more or less hits from the same weapon. If you double spin them with the tempered sword, for example, you'll actually kill them in only 2 hits. But if you hit them with a slash first and then do a double spin, that actually won't be enough. Luckily, with the gold sword, 2 slashes is enough. A double spin would also work. One thing you don't want to do really is poke them with it because that will do less damage, which puts them at a strange threshold and makes it harder to kill them quickly.
Opting to use the arrows here.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yep. Oh.
It's
a little bit of timing here.
I think this is how this room was meant to be done, honestly. It was supposed to.
I believe so. Now, there's a lovely strat that I like to do is once you do this, you can hammer dash out of the cave and it'll take you directly into your portal.
Yeah, that's right. And you don't have to worry about losing time from the hammer animation because the portal will cancel it. That's the last item for Janus. A dungeon and a half remaining.
And I'm pretty sure he's happy about that half magic. After all that trouble. And probably a sigh of relief too, finding Icer out here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Now he did take a little gamble because he didn't grab the big key item chest location.
And Turtle Rock, yeah, he has. He's got the. Oh no, the where the big key would normally be, not the big chest.
Yeah, the big key normal.
Yeah, that was a little gamble.
Yep, because now he's fine though.
And now he knows he has enough keys. If it was a small key, he'd be trading a small key to get that small key, so there'd be no benefit there. He knows it's not an important item because he has all the important items, and he knows it's not the big key because he has that as well.
Ah, interesting. Safety strats there with the Virna.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he does have a fairy, so he should be okay. He didn't find that powder.
Oh yeah, I actually thought he had it. He doesn't have to go through the laser room at all. The extra key he had is the one that would have given him access to the big key chest location that we mentioned earlier, which unfortunately had junk. So ACM did have to check the laser key. Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Should have dashed right through and would have been fine.
Yeah, dashing through most enemies is safe. The ones that tend to not be safe are the ones that have swords, because the clink, prevents your sword from hitting their hitbox, which is what actually leads to them not damaging you as you go through them. Any enemy that doesn't have a sword or some sort of armor, like a helm of swords that you could clink your sword off of, are pretty much always safe to dash through.
Now, he's still kind of okay, even if he had to restart the dungeon, because he did go through the Mimic Cave. He would start over there.
Yeah, that's true. I think he'll be fine, though.
Yeah, I think he's fine. It's like, shouldn't be trouble with the gold sword here.
Three slashes, easy peasy.
Hey, we can still play that chess guessing game because, ACM opened it in a different order. You never know what Janus may get, and he might even do right side.
That would be nice to see. We're asking about how lag is calculated. I think there's two separate loops that the game uses. The NMI loop, which is what the CPU uses to register a single frame, and then there's the game mode loop, which actually determines if it's going to advance the logical frame one time. And you can actually shim a little code outside of the game mode loop, but inside of the NMI loop, and I think it can count frames where the game mode does not actually advance. And then, of course, just divide by 60 for seconds. Something like that. Actually, I'm not 100% sure if that's correct, but I don't know if anybody that actually does know the correct answer is going to correct me. With a key on the right side there, he definitely could have gone right side. That's really the only thing you need if you want to try it. Yeah, he's gonna kill Bob too.
And he definitely made the right choice because we knew the big key was on this side, so.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna get to see some fun stuff from ACM.
Some clipping here.
Yeah, this is what he used to do at the end of his streams all the time. He's gonna crash the game basically a bunch of different ways, probably.
I think my favorite crash of the game is the one where you get yourself trapped and you're floating up the sky in a bonk position.
Oh yeah. That's a good one. Oh wow, what entrance did he find? Oh nice.
Oh.
Fortunately, that's not going to refresh the screen. Oh, well, it actually did fix the graphics a little bit. Map might seem a little inaccurate. That is an impressive screen wrap, honestly. Because that will fix the map going into a dungeon. Snowy is actually where he appears to be, according to the map. Now there's no risk of the game breaking after this point. That's interesting. And the warp is way back where the game thought he was before. It's over in Eastern Palace area. Okay, what's the order he's going to open these chests? Oh, looks like it's going to be the same.
He did the same order. Let's see how he gets past the mimic rooms here.
To be honest, I don't actually know how to do the mimics quickly with the silver arrows. I don't think I've ever really tried to learn how. I know with the mirror shield, there's a pretty cool strategy that I think the OK guy actually popularized in 100% runs that a lot of players weren't doing before because they weren't aware of it. That's pretty cool. It's kind of hard to explain. You do kind of draw them in a way where you use the shield to tank their fire while you lay a couple arrows on them.
Now let's see what he does in these the cannonball room here.
Ooh, he's gonna use a protective item.
Finger strats.
Might as well.
Yep. Safety fairies here. Yep.
Yeah, he did use his one in Turtle Rock. Unfortunately, that darn Pokey got him with a ricochet attack. So he'll catch a couple of these. Well, maybe he'll eat one and then catch one, or accidentally catch both. Either way, 14 hearts is quite a lot.
Now, sword beams in gauntlets not always helpful though.
No, unfortunately, sometimes when you want to hit an enemy with your sword, the beam will hit instead. I love Stalfos. They're so good at dodging.
Fire rod strats here.
This will kill these guys. One hit. Plenty of magic still. Got a full magic drop. Good kill is important to pick it up though.
Oh. Okay, hopefully we'll get into Lamellos here. Yep.
Sam got caught in an NPC loop there. You can save and quit from there, but you can't actually walk away.
I think Janus doesn't have any more bottles of stuff.
I think all his bottles are empty now, yeah.
It's probably gonna have to revert to lamp strats in order to get past the that room with the torches.
Yeah, did he end up using his blue potion somewhere?
I think he had to use it when he entered Ice Palace. He had no magic at that time.
Yeah. Well, this is enough magic.
Yeah.
I think he got a double heal from that hook shot in that heart. That's the interesting thing that happens. Seems to be based on frame roll. Seems like if you hook shot a heart, there's just a 1 in 4 chance that it's going to heal you twice. Maybe it's intentional. Who knows? But I recommend if you're low on hearts, you have the hook shot, might as well pick one up with the hook shot instead of just picking it up regular. Oh, full magic drop. He's good.
Yeah. And he has plenty of keys, so there's nothing else he has to do.
Except open one more chest. At least that's what the chat's gonna want for some reason. Cape on Moldorm? Maybe? He doesn't think he's gonna need it. And he doesn't. There it is. 20 more rupees. well, we got a Matrix-style pickup for ACM.
A little bit of trouble here. Oh, it's still not going fast enough. There we go.
See how the geometry game treats him. Don't like that position. I wouldn't even know what to do there. Wow.
Wow, that's an interesting position too. Oh, here we go.
That's a little better. Should be one more hit.
Yep.
Take him out. He may heal. He may choose to get a fairy before going to the Ganon fight. Maybe not. At this point, I don't think he really will. I don't think he will really feel the need to play safe. I mean, you die here, you know, it's whatever. It's a minute lost. Well, okay, I was wrong.
Oh, we're grabbing that safety fairy here. Yep.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
And I think that's all he would need, basically. Should be a pretty easy fight.
Yeah, definitely. Fully buffed up here. I know where he's going now. I mean, I know where ACM's going now. The cape here. Costs a little more magic than the cape. Oh, you can even see on the input display he was tapping the Y button there. It took a few tries for it to work. That's that annoying delay the cape sometimes has. That's one of the main reasons I'd recommend the Cane of Burn instead. First two phases really are the hard part of this fight. If you have silver arrows, at least the fourth phase is pretty easy. Otherwise, the fourth phase is probably the hardest. So he's out of the thick of it now.
And yes, he indeed did find those silver arrows.
Better, okay. Good thing that Firebat was a little bit misaligned there.
Oh, could have had a double if he shot it off earlier, but got hit by the Firebat. Oh, gotta be careful.
Yeah, for sure. He's having a hard time dodging those Firebats, actually.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite seem to be as familiar with the rhythm of this fight. There's a pattern to it. If you don't predict it well, it's really easy to get yourself hit a few times.
Oh, and I think that's I don't think he has another fairy.
Nah.
Probably gonna opt to buy some potions at this time, which is probably a wise choice.
Yeah. Just to make sure that the next time is the last time it has to do that fight. This way you can use the cape early and late in the fight if he feels the need to.
Well, opts to do this. Fill up magic first. Oh, why did ACLM forfeit?
He's just doing silly stuff. Kind of a trademark of his. And
Janus should have a good time now. This pretty fully decked out and all the safety items you would require, so there shouldn't be any worries anymore.
For sure. And if you look closely at ACM's screen, you can actually see Link peeking through the window in the back there. Imagine he'll, well, he does have a blue potion, doesn't need to worry too much about the damage he's taking, as long as he heals before he actually dies, which still is a ways away.
Yeah, he's already on the phase 3, so pretty quick here. We gotta be careful. He's too close. Oh.
Yeah. He's a little too committed to getting that torch glitch. He's neglecting to bait that first fire bat away from the torch. That's a really important but unintuitive part of the fight when you first start learning it. You got to stand away from the torch when he does his first attack, just so that you can bait it, so the torch area is actually safe to do that. I'm not sure if Ganon's quote here is actually canon. I don't know if Link's blood can resurrect Ganon. That doesn't sound like the correct storyline to me.
It sure doesn't sound like that to me either. Alright, now with Cape Strats here, he should get really quick to phase 3, which he has.
Yep.
Maybe he'll remember this time. Don't stand too close to that torch in the end. And not really necessary when you have Silver Ganon.
Yeah, you don't even really need to get the torch glitch. He's gonna warp in the same position. He's avoiding it this time. And I ain't got it. Nice.
Alright, she gets. Oh, good.
Should wait for him here. Catch him right when he lands.
Oh. Gotta dodge that bat.
He's not quite close enough to hit him with these slashes.
It's gonna be up top, yeah. There you go. Oh.
He should be okay. I think he might want to use his potion soon. Maybe you can take at least another hit though.
Okay, he's got this if he shoots fast enough.
That'll be enough. A little rough there, unfortunately, at the end. He had a little trouble, but he did persist and pull through in the end. At least made sure that Ganon died once. Gives you a little satisfaction.
Yeah, and get some GGs up for Janus here.
So we'll be finishing up with an official time of 2 hours, 13 minutes, and 30 seconds.
And make sure you follow both runners here. They put on a good show for you. Let's do that here.
I don't know if Janus is going to be coming in for an interview or not.
Yeah, we should ask though, just to be sure.
So I don't think we have. I don't think we're on a tight schedule or anything.
Nope, I don't believe so.
I'll just ask in the race channel. So I guess that's gonna be the last Link to the Past. I think that's gonna be the last race on this channel tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. This is the final race for today.
Got a few tomorrow and the day after. See some pretty cool looking ones there. On Sunday, there's two three-way tiebreakers going on.
And yes, because of the fact that Yogi lost today, we do have another tiebreaker race that we have to see as well.
Oh yeah, and it'll be Yogi, Karkat, and Mysticum.
Yeah, that's true.
Nice. Lots of tiebreakers going on in these groups, which means they were well seeded to have fairly even skill across them. Yeah, in this group that we're looking at now, ACM and Janus's group, they still have a couple more races. Janus and Putz have to race, and ACM and Putz also will have to do another race.
Yep, and they should be all clearing it up by the 30th, so we should be seeing a lot of races.
Yeah, they're going to want to do that before the admins have to take a little bit of disciplinary action, maybe a slap on the wrist. All right, looks like unfortunately Janus will not be able to join us for an interview. So I think we're going to wrap this up then. I mean, we can wait for Janus's stats maybe if that's important. I'm sure we can find something to talk about for a few minutes.
I'm sure chat likes to know if there's any other fun things in Randomizer than just our basic mode, because this is just the tourney mode that we see, but
oh yeah,
there are plenty of other modes you can play, and I know you're a fan of the glitched one for sure, Scott.
Well, I'm a fan of glitches in general. But yeah, this is what we call the glitchless mode, which means the logic that places the items will not take into consideration the use of glitches in order to to access any of them. And of course, that's the most accessible version, so it's the most logical to have a tournament with such a large amount of players of different skill levels participating. There is one that could require the use of minor glitches, such as fake flippers or bunny revival glitches, and of course, the one that can require major glitches, which includes out of bounds, memory corruption, various awesome things like that. That one's pretty difficult. And in addition to that, there's also just difficulty settings. There's a hard mode and a masochist mode, which will provide less safety items and less hearts. The masochist mode actually doesn't have a sword stronger than the master sword in the entire game, so you have to do what we call a low percent completion of the game. That's pretty difficult. There's a few other things like open mode, where the game's open from the beginning, so you don't have to do the escape sequence and rescue the princess to access the overworld, which means that escape may be optional. It also means that you don't have to technically start with a weapon, and in that mode you can actually go a long time without picking up a sword at all. And that can lead to some very interesting creative solutions to some problems. There's also the timed mode, where there's a timer counting down. You can pick up clocks which can add or remove time from that timer. If the timer hits 0, there may be some penalties. For example, entering one-hit KO mode, where any enemy that hits you at all or any damage that you take will kill you instantly until you get some time back on your clock. I think that's all the official modes that we have there. And there's really a lot of versatility. There's custom settings as well if you want to play your own way. Lots of options there.
And of course, there's always the ROM hack seeds. And our very own Scudge here has made some of these himself that were really fun to play, by the way.
I've made 3 of them so far, and I may have another one in production right now. It's going to be a while before I think it's complete, at least a few weeks. But yeah, that's kind of a different side of Randomizer, is custom seeds, where people not only place the item locations manually to try to make it as, well, they can be friendly or challenging depending on the creator, but also to change a few different elements that are not randomized by the normal randomizer. For example, changing the location of keys under pots, for example, might be one thing that's changed in those seeds. It's not something we want to do in normal randomizer because it might be too tedious, but very careful rearrangement of special items like that can be really, really interesting.
And after this month, starting I believe May 27th, we're going to have a Wizathon where you're going to see a lot more seeds where there's ROM hacks involved.
Oh yeah, some seeds which are particularly designed to be extra trolly, in fact.
So if you definitely like to see troll seeds and people suffering through quick deaths and stuff, be on the lookout for Wizathon.
Yeah, I guess that should be just following the conclusion of this tournament. Assuming that this tournament stays on schedule, which I suspect it will.
Yeah, it looks like the number bomb count was 45 for Janus, and let's see its menu time here. It's about to pop up.
That's not a bad menu time.
Yeah, considering the 2 hours, that is definitely not a bad menu time at all.
2 hours 11, official in-game timer. All right, I think that'll do it for Zelda for tonight. Be sure to tune into all the speed gaming channels in the future, not just for Zelda tournaments, but for the other tournaments they're showing. There's a few other ones going on. Too many to list, honestly, that are currently going on in the future, but check out the channels and you'll find all that information there. Anyway, thanks again for tuning us in. I have been Super Scudge.
And I'm Hiei, and until that Master Sword is needed again, see you next mission, guys.